Bill Malusian is live at the southern border for us in La Jolla, Texas, with more. So, Bill, I'm just always curious, how can a drug cartel assure a parent that they can get their kid into our country? I mean, is it that easy? Have we made it that easy for them?
Harris, good morning to you. In parts of the border, it is that easy. There's not a border wall, and agents can't be everywhere at once. They're completely overwhelmed processing these family units. That pulls agents off the front lines, and there are parts of the border where there just flat out isn't anybody patrolling. And that's just the case out here in La Jolla sometimes. Take a look at this video we shot earlier this morning here. Once again, as usual, I know I sound like a broken record, but it happens every day out here. You get out here and you see these family units who have just crossed illegally into Texas here, La Jolla. They walk down a road and they give themselves up to Border Patrol. Now, these ones, Border Patrol doesn't have to go out into the brush to find because they are voluntarily giving themselves up because they believe they'll be released into the U.S., and they have good reason to believe that. You just heard DHS Secretary Mayorkas say his estimation is 375,000 have already been released so far this year. But you can see with these groups, mostly family units, unaccompanied teenagers, a lot of young kids. That's exactly right. The cartels like to advertise on social media that they can get kids across the border into the USA. Back out here live for a moment, we met up with a woman named Christy Hutchinson the other night here in La Jolla. She's the founder of Women Fighting for America. This is a group that throughout the border crisis has gone to different border towns, and they work with law enforcement. They've got this really sophisticated drone that helps track down runners. Look at this video. We were here with them in La Jolla the other night using that drone. It's got thermal imaging. It didn't take long. We found a group of about 5 to 6 runners taken off through the brush here after they crossed illegally into Texas. Now, they work with Border Patrol. As that drone was watching those migrants using that thermal imaging, they were relaying the coordinates to Border Patrol agents on the ground on horseback and on foot. They quickly closed in on those illegal immigrants, and because of the help of that drone, they were able to apprehend every single one of those runners who came across. We talked to Hutchinson about why she feels the need to do this. She says she's a mom, she's got 2 boys, and with the amount of drugs pouring across the border, she felt she had to do her part. Take a listen.
Drug trafficking has gone up over 450-something%. That's a lot of drugs coming and flooding into our streets. As a mother of 2 young adult boys, that hits me really hard at home. I mean, this is coming to your streets. This is in your neighborhoods. The drugs don't just stay here at the border. Within 42 to 72 hours, they're in cities all across the United States.
And to her point, we just learned from the CDC today that for the first time in American history, they're estimating 100,000 Americans died in 1 year of drug overdoses. Some of that, of course, attributed to the rise in fentanyl deaths. As we know, fentanyl continues to just pour across the border.